Welcome to part 2 of the elements of art, which is assignment number 4. You're going to need crayons or colored pencils, maybe an eraser, glue stick, scissors, a coin, and maybe a piece of cloth. It's up to you. Or a paper clip if you can't find a coin. All right, you're going to need a pencil. You're going to need paper. Okay, I'm doing mine on lined paper, but you can do yours on copy paper or art paper. You can do it on a large piece of paper. This is as small as you should have it, though. You want to have it large enough to see. So we're going to illustrate the elements of art. So first thing we got to do is put a little headline up here, and we've got the elements of art. Now, I don't want you to follow along on this one. I want you to watch all the way through. Then I want you to go back through it again and then hit pause when you're trying to do each of the elements. So elements of art, how many are there? There are 7 elements of art. They are the building blocks of art. And I don't want you to go this fast. I want you to be creative. I want you to maybe use bubble lettering or type out and glue it on, however you want to do, whatever helps you remember the elements of art. Now I'm going to draw a set of building blocks over here. So let's start in this layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 on this level, and then 2 on this level, and then 1 at the top. Then I've got art, A-R-T. Then I have all my 7 elements of art. We have line, shape, color, value, form, texture, and space. Now we're going to illustrate each one of those. Now, I'm hoping yours will look a lot better than mine. Mine is kind of in a hurry because I only have 15 minutes to get this in, and I don't want you to have to watch too long. So the first one is, which one? Line. So we're going to do line. Let me just underline that. Okay, a line is a continuous mark or a moving point in space. So we've got a dot, right? And then when we move it, we create a line. So we can have a wavy line. We can have a zigzag line. We can have a swirly line. Okay, I want you to give me examples of a line. So at least 3. And remember, there's lots of different kinds of lines. Next one is shape. Shape is two-dimensional. It's a two-dimensional enclosed space. So we're going to go ahead and enclose this shape around that. That is a geometric shape. This teardrop would be an organic shape. Hopefully you watched what you're supposed to. You've already watched and gone through that other thing with the slides, telling you all about the elements of art. Now you're going to illustrate it. So you're going to tell me what you know. So if that was a drop and all these were spilling off of it, so that's a drop. I've got 2. I've got a couple others. We could do geometric shape would be anything mathematically created. So there's a couple more. And then shape, I put a box around it. Line, I put a line. You need to be creative. I want to see what you come up with when you're thinking of these things. So we've got value. Value is the, oh, I forgot color. Wait, let's do color first. Quick, quick, Mrs. Johnson. The eraser. Pull it. There you go. We could have done value, but let's do color. Color is a reflection of light. You can do your color wheel. You can illustrate it with your color wheel. I would love to see your primary, secondary, complementary, opposites, cool, warm. I would love to see that illustrated there. Okay, then we have value. Let's put value on here. Value. Value is the lightness or darkness of a color. Now, this pencil, we're going to not pretend, it is color. It's graphite. So I'm going to put a little light bulb in the middle of my paper. All right, that's where the light's coming in. Lightness and darkness. Let's put a little sliver of a moon. That'll maybe some stars. Okay, that's going to be displaying. This is my illustration of lightness and darkness. If you have a different idea, I'd love to see it. Please show me your ideas. All right, so what I need you to demonstrate value by doing a value scale. Now I'm going to do one with my pencil. The light is right here. So this would be lighter than at this end of the box, which is further away. So to get lighter marks with your pencil, if you move your finger up away from the point, you can press lighter with your pencil. So I'm going to move it up, start darker, and move it away as I get further away. So this would be creating a value scale. I might have to go over a little bit of this part. Get it? Because you got to have as many different values as you can. So many different shades, because that will help you create things like that sphere that you saw in the examples on the Google Slides. All right, now we can also do it in color. Woohoo! Let's take a colored crayon. And which end is going to be the lighter end? Which one has the light on it? This end has. So I'm going to be darkest over here. And you can do this with your colored pencils. And I'm pressing lighter, lighter, lighter. Oops, too dark. That's all right. We'll just make sure we create as many different values as we can in that space. All right, that helps us. All right, value. Let's go ahead and circle that right there. We can make it darker as we go away. Oops, crayon broke. All right, we're on value. We're on values right there. Form. Form is three-dimensional. Shape was two-dimensional. Form is three-dimensional. These guys take up space. Anything with form takes up space. This takes up space. Crayon takes up space. This takes up space. The paper takes up space. What's going on top of it does not take up space. So form takes up space. So let's go ahead and create a little space there. All right, so form takes up space. So we're going to create something with our piece of paper. This is a piece of trash, actually. You can use like a mailer or something that comes in the mail that your parents are like throwing away. You know, any one of those, a coupon, something like that. Scrap paper. Or if you want to do something fun and fancy, then please, by all means. You don't have to do the spiral thing that I'm doing. You could be doing something creative. All right. So I'm just showing you a quick version of what you could do. I'd love to see what your creative little minds would come up with. So three-dimensional. And I'm going to stick that on there. Press hard. Hopefully it will work. I'm going to cover my glue stick. All right. There we go. There's my three-dimensional. Now, I can do something on the flat piece of paper and give the illusion of it. So I'm going to put illusion of form. So let's go with a box. I'm going to use my 2 lines. Probably be about 2 lines wide. 2 lines. I'm doing that really dark. Now we're going to do one. These are parallel lines. They don't run into each other. They don't meet. So, and if you follow these lines, then you know they're not going to meet. So then we're going to do some more parallel lines about 1 line away, but I'm going to do them very lightly so that I can erase when I need to erase. So then you can go ahead and draw the line from this corner to that corner, this corner to that corner box, this corner to that corner, this corner to that corner. Now I'm going to erase whatever's inside. Oops, I'm going to draw that line harder, and find my eraser and erase the lines that would be inside the box. Oh, that one would be showing. This one wouldn't be showing. So I've got to make sure this one shows and this one shows. Light's right there, but you can't have light inside the box, so this would be darker. My value would be darker in here. This would be darker at this end and then lighter as the light came in. This would be darker at this end and lighter as the light came in. This would be darker over here and lighter as it got over there, and this would be darker. And then if this had a shadow, what would it be, darker or lighter? Darker, right? So then we've created something that looks three-dimensional, or it looks like it has form. Okay, next one, texture. This one will be cool to do. Texture. So we have texture. Let's put some texture around that. That is how something feels. So it could look like it feels like it has texture, or it can actually have texture. So this actually has texture. All right. The head of the penny, or the back of the penny, dime actually, has texture. You can feel it. All right. This does not have texture, but we can create the illusion of texture. So we're going to create the illusion of texture. I'm going to put that down below. You can probably put that in there too. And we're going to put that right there. And you can take a pencil, or you can take your, these are fun. And then the cloth is pumpy, right? You can take a colored crayon and create your texture. So that, or you can create texture by putting dots on the page, or little spikes, or big spikes. That's creating texture, okay? Now, last but not least, we have space. The final frontier, space. Whoa. Now, space, if something's behind something, you don't see what's behind it. You don't see the whole thing. So this circle would be behind that. All right? So space is what's around an object. That space, that missing space. So we create the illusion of space by putting something behind something. We can create the illusion of space. If this is a big circle, and we have one that's the same size but further away, we'd make it smaller. Right? Oops, can you see that? So we can also put things behind it so that it's like covering it up. So that one's behind that one, that's behind that one, that's behind that one, behind that one, behind that one. So we've created the illusion that that is a very deep place by putting those like that. Also, remember in the video you saw when they were using the value changes, all right, of that landscape, and they put it darker forward. So up here was very dark. And as you move further away, you were lighter and lighter. And it made things look as though it's further away by adding white to it. Correct? So this one would be further away. This one would be further away. That would be further away. So you can see how it looks like it's further away. So I've just illustrated all 7 elements of art. I would like to see your version. Could be, you could put your paper this way and do it. You could do it on white paper. You can create more 3-dimensional. You can create a different kind of wall. I want to see what you can do illustrating the elements of art, those building blocks of art. And then post it on Padlet. Put your first and last name in the title, please. I want to know who's doing this stuff. Okay? Please do that. I'm looking. Get to it.